2 frequently asked questions from this week. Hi, I'm Dr. Fontanetta. I'm a pediatric neuropsychologist, and I want to share 2 questions that I got this week that are very common questions and what my typical response is. So the first question is, my child was recently diagnosed with having dyslexia, and right now they're receiving the Just Words program 2 days a week for 40 minutes. Is that enough? And of course the answer varies, but in short, probably not. If your child has true dyslexia and has phonological awareness or any kind of phonological processing deficits, they really need the full structured Wilson reading program. Just Words focuses on spelling and encoding words, but not all the rest of the foundational skills and principles that go into reading. The research supports the use of the full Wilson reading program that begins in 2nd grade and goes through 8th grade, or as long as the child needs to be remediated. It is recommended that the program is done either twice a week for 90 minutes. Most schools will break it up because that's not really feasible in a public school setting. And they'll do 4 days a week and they'll do 45 minutes. That's usually the minimum required to remediate. And their progress should be tracked by the Wilson measures like the WIST or the WADE in order to ensure that they're progressing in their program. The second question is, my child is diagnosed with ADHD and a learning disability. It was recommended that they be placed in an integrated co-teaching classroom to have access to a special education teacher. However, in my district, that class is only available in a different school or a different building. What should I do? The biggest 2 things to consider here is how severe are the child's learning differences and what is your child's social emotional profile. So is your child really resilient? Do they make friends easily? Do they cope with change okay? Do they need significant help with reading and spelling and digesting material? If that's the case, I would say go for it, especially if they're young. Typically, they'll give you a little bit of a hard time, but they'll adjust, they'll accommodate. And it can make a big difference in a critical time period where they need that level of support. On the other hand, if you have a child that reacts extremely strongly to change, very shy, cannot be moved in the middle of a year, is very dependent upon their friends and their teacher or a certain kind of teacher, it might not be the right time to move them, or you might explore other options within their current school building. Really tough one because you want your child to have every option to be supported. Some schools don't offer all placements, so you really have to balance between the academic and the social emotional needs.